Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're heading into the heart of the Rockies to explore one of Alberta's most peaceful and powerful natural spots, the stunning Elbow Falls. Located along the scenic Elbow River, just a short drive from Bragg Creek in the beautiful region of Kananaskis country, this hidden gem is where rushing water, rugged rocks, and forest silence come together in the most breathtaking way. As soon as you arrive, the sound hits you first. That deep, constant roar of water carving its way through stone, echoing through the trees, pulling you closer step by step. And then you see it, Elbow Falls. It's not the tallest waterfall you'll ever see, but what it lacks in height, it makes up for in pure energy and presence. The water of the Elbow River tumbles over layered rock formations, creating a wide, powerful curtain of white water that feels alive. What makes this place so special is not just the falls themselves, but the entire atmosphere around it. Towering pine trees surround the area. Smooth stones line the riverbanks. Mist rises gently from the crashing water, cooling the air even in summer. It feels like stepping into a different world, one where time slows down. And if you listen closely, beyond the waterfall, there's a calm silence in the forest. That contrast between chaos and peace is what makes Elbow Falls unforgettable. Now, let's talk about the journey of this water. The Elbow River begins high in the Rockies, fed by melting snow and mountain springs. It travels through valleys, forests, and foothills before reaching this very point. Here at Elbow Falls, the river suddenly drops over a natural rock shelf, shaped over thousands of years by erosion. The constant flow of water has carved the stone into smooth layers, creating the waterfall we see today. It's a perfect example of how nature slowly shapes the land, not in days or years, but in thousands of years of patient, powerful movement. But Elbow Falls isn't just about geology. It's also a place where people come to reconnect. You'll often see families having picnics nearby, hikers resting after long trails, photographers capturing the perfect shot, and travelers just sitting quietly, watching the water. There's something grounding about this place. Something that makes you pause without even realizing it. In winter, the scene transforms completely. The rushing water slows, the edges freeze, and ice begins to form along the rocks. Snow blankets the forest, turning the entire area into a quiet, frozen landscape that feels almost magical. It's like seeing a completely different version of the same place, calm, still, and beautifully cold. During spring and early summer, though, the falls are at their most powerful. Meltwater from the mountains increases the river's flow, making the roar louder and the mist heavier. It's the best time to witness the full force of nature here. And if you walk a little further along the trails, you'll find smaller viewpoints where the river winds through the forest, each turn offering a new perspective, a new frame of beauty. What makes Elbow Falls truly special is how accessible it is. You don't need a long hike or difficult climb. You can simply park nearby, walk a short path, and suddenly find yourself face to face with one of Alberta's most iconic natural spots. But what most people don't realize is that Elbow Falls is more than just a viewpoint, it's part of a much larger ecosystem that quietly supports wildlife, forests, and the natural flow of the region. If you spend a little more time here, you might notice small details you missed at first glance. Birds flying low across the river, the sound of wind brushing through pine needles, and the way sunlight shifts across the water surface, changing from silver to deep blue within seconds. Every moment here feels slightly different, as if the landscape itself is constantly alive and breathing. And just a short distance away from the main viewing area, the forest begins to open up into quieter trails, places where you can walk without hearing anything except your own footsteps and the distant sound of flowing water. It's in these quieter corners that Elbow Falls reveals a different personality. Not the powerful, roaring waterfall you see at the front, but a softer, more peaceful side of nature that feels personal and untouched. You start to notice textures, moss growing on rocks, twisted roots forming natural patterns, and reflections of trees shimmering in shallow pools along the riverbanks. It's the kind of place that encourages you to slow down without asking you to. Even your thoughts feel quieter here. And if you stay until late afternoon, the light changes everything. Shadows stretch longer across the rocks, the water takes on a golden glow, and the entire landscape feels like it's been painted in warm tones just for a few fleeting moments. This is why photographers and travelers often call Elbow Falls a living frame, because no two visits ever look exactly the same. The weather, the season, the light, everything reshapes the experience. And yet, no matter how many times you come here, the feeling remains the same. A sense of stillness. A sense of presence. A reminder that some places don't need to be loud to leave a lasting impact. So if you're ever exploring Kananaskis country, take the time to stop here, even if just for a few minutes. Because Elbow Falls isn't just something you see. It's something you feel. A quiet reminder that nature doesn't rush, yet everything gets done in its own perfect time. As you leave the falls behind, the sound slowly fades, but it doesn't really disappear. It stays with you. In your thoughts, in your memory, like a soft echo of water still moving somewhere in the distance. And maybe that's the real beauty of this place. It doesn't demand anything from you. It simply gives you a moment, a pause in life where everything feels a little lighter, a little slower, a little more meaningful. Walking back toward the trail, you start noticing things differently. The crunch of gravel under your feet feels more present. The wind through the trees sounds clearer. Even the distant flow of the Elbow River feels like part of a larger rhythm that you're now connected to. It's as if the place gently changes the way you listen to the world. And long after you leave, Elbow Falls doesn't stay behind as just a destination on a map. It becomes a feeling you can return to. A memory of rushing water, open skies, and forest air that felt cleaner than anywhere else. A reminder that beauty doesn't always need height, size, or drama. Sometimes it's found in simple, natural flow, because places like this teach you something without saying a word. They remind you that everything in nature has its own timing. Rivers don't hurry, stones don't resist, and seasons don't compete, they just exist, and in that existence, they create harmony. So when life feels fast, when everything feels loud, and when you need a moment to reset, think back to Elbow Falls, think back to the sound of water hitting stone, the mist in the air, the stillness between the trees, and remember that peace doesn't always have to be found far away. Sometimes, it's already waiting for you in places like this. If this journey through Elbow Falls inspired you, don't forget to take a moment to support the channel. Like this video if you enjoyed exploring this peaceful side of Alberta. Subscribe to Canadian Canvas for more cinematic travel stories, hidden gems, and breathtaking nature spots across Canada. And tell us in the comments, have you ever been to Elbow Falls, or is it now on your bucket list? Every like, comment, and subscription helps us bring more beautiful places like this to life and keeps this journey going. And remember, the best stories aren't always far away, sometimes they're just a short drive into nature. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next adventure.